Good day, everybody. So here's a little new moon video, and according to the actual true sidereal sky perspective, this new moon is happening in the constellation of Taurus. So it's in conjunction with the sun. And what I also find interesting to mention, according to this true sidereal actual sky perspective, the last new moon was also happening in Taurus because the sun was already or still still already in Taurus. And this is because Taurus is one of the larger constellations. It takes up, I think, 36 or 38 degrees of the 360-degree zodiac. So therefore, this new moon and the sun were conjuncting in Taurus a month ago, I think on the 15th of May already. So if we're looking at the true sky, this can sometimes happen that a full moon happens twice in the same sign, or a new moon happens twice in the same. Let's call it constellation. And that sometimes a new moon doesn't happen in one constellation at all because the constellation is so small. But every year it's going to be different anyway. So yeah, let's move on. I found it interesting to just maybe talk about the simplicity that this archetype of Taurus is inviting or reflecting. So Taurus is a lot about coming into a deeper state of presence through the sensuality of the physical body, and sensuality can be such a warped and twisted thing for us humans because we have like all these fucked up concepts about it. But actually, what sensuality in its essence is, it's using the five senses in a way, in a conscious way, and therefore experiencing a deeper embodied sense of presence. So, we can practice with just taking in a smell with more awareness, touching our own skin or feeling whatever touches our skin, taking in the food with really tasting the flavors and feeling the texture, feeling how sounds are touching our eardrums and are entering our body and how they are moving through our body, and letting our gaze or our eyes look upon a sight and letting even that sight penetrate our eyes or penetrate back, like we can actually play it both ways. And so Taurus is a lot about aesthetics, therefore, creating a pleasant environment, or at least putting ourselves into a pleasant environment, and also therefore decluttering or cleaning up, or getting rid of some stuff or reorganizing some stuff in order to make our environment pleasant for the senses. Because when our senses are overstimulated, obviously, there can be a sense of overwhelm, there can be a sense of never enough. And also, if our senses are not enough or not, richly enough stimulated, there can also be a sense of never enough. So this is often what Taurus also gets defined as, I think, like being pretty materialistic or stubborn. And this is actually a little bit more of a shadow expression of Taurus, when the senses are not being really deeply used. Then there can be a lack of sense of satisfaction, and therefore it can feel like it's never enough, and we need to hoard and we need to get more and more and more of everything. So this is maybe something to contemplate with this archetype of Taurus and the constellation that's currently, like activated through Sun and the Moon conjunction. What I also wanted to say is, for those of us who use the moon cycle, for manifestation and for setting intentions and this kind of stuff, I think because Taurus is so much about this human physical vessel and body, I think it could be nice with this new moon to really do some kind of physical action that plants this seed. So you can dance your intention, or you can literally plant something. Actually, if you have a garden, or you can just go anywhere in nature, even in a city park, I think could be even really wonderful to plant something. It can be a literal seed, it can be your intention on a piece of paper, it can be uh, an object that's imbued with this intention. So that was something that was coming to my mind, to actually do a literal, earth connected planting of the intention or the wish, mm, for this new moon. Yeah. So I wish everybody a good new moon and a nice Sunday.